Hello, fellow Iowans. Pastor Brad Sherman here, sharing 5 reasons why I'm going to caucus for Mike Huckabee on February 1st. Number one reason is life, because nothing else matters if you're dead. You know, with the science that we now have, it's an undeniable fact. That child in the womb is a person. And Mike Huckabee is the only candidate who's vowed to extend constitutional protection to the unborn by invoking the protection of the 5th and the 14th Amendment on their behalf, thus turning the tables of this issue by forcing the abortionists to fight for the right to kill a baby instead of us fighting for the right to save a baby. Number two, judicial supremacy. Much like Abraham Lincoln ignored the Supreme Court's Dred Scott decision, which declared that African Americans could not be citizens, Mike Huckabee will stand against the tyranny of the courts when they legislate from the bench. Mike will respect the respective roles of the 3 branches of government as established by our founders. Number 3, economy and personal property. You know, Mike Huckabee is truly the only we the people candidate. This is exemplified by his support of the consumption-based fair tax instead of a flat tax plan. Fair tax takes the government's hands off of our money. It abolishes the unconstitutional criminal enterprise called the IRS. It doesn't punish productivity, but rewards it, and puts the people in charge of the economy and not Washington, D.C. You know, it doesn't matter how simple or how flat a flat tax plan is. It's still an income tax, and it puts politicians in charge. The fair tax is why Mike Huckabee is the only candidate that is truly for the people in this regard. Number 4, personal character. You know, greed and selfish ambition are destroying our nation. Scripture tells us that we cannot serve God and money. And where there is selfish ambition, there's confusion in every evil work. You know, Mike Huckabee told me a story about a large donor who said he was going to support his campaign, but asked him to back off on the issues of life and marriage. Mike Huckabee walked away. He said, "I can't compromise those issues." I commented to Mike when he told me that story. I said, that must have been a tough decision. His response was, well, no, it wasn't tough because I made that decision a long time ago. That's a man of character. You know, money and how a man handles it is one of the best and first indicators of a man's character. That's why God asks his people to give at least 10% of their income. In Mike Huckabee, I see a man who has been a lifelong tither, has lived 6 decades, has 5 grandchildren, and is running for president out of a genuine concern for the good of the nation, not for selfish reasons. It's not about him, and that's why I trust him. Number 5, Christian worldview. You know, righteousness exalts a nation, but sin is a reproach to any people. And when the righteous rule, the people rejoice. Now, true Christianity never forced itself upon others, but neutrality is a myth. If Christian values don't form the basis of our laws, then some other philosophy will. No one who honestly looks at America's history can deny that this nation's freedom and blessings are based in the Christian scriptures. And no one running for president has the spiritual depth and the wisdom to apply the Christian worldview like Mike Huckabee has. I want to offer an answer to an issue that often comes up. I hear people say, I like Mike, but can he win? Well, first, vote your heartfelt values. There's no prize for picking the winner if the winner doesn't represent good values and do the right thing. And second, don't let the pollsters and the pundits tell you how to think. A poll in December showed that nearly 80% of Iowa voters haven't decided who they're going to support yet. So can Mike Huckabee win? You bet he can. Do the right thing and caucus on February 1st for Mike Huckabee. For the 5 reasons on why I'm supporting Mike Huckabee and more, go to my personal website at bradshermanmobile.com.